And we are live. So many homemakers admit to having this problem. Are you one of them? Can you guess what it is? Well, on tonight's episode of Homemaking with Purpose, I'm going to tell you what that problem is and give you a few tips on how you can manage it. I've been talking to quite a few homemakers lately, and whenever I meet new homemakers, I always ask, what is your biggest homemaking challenge? And so often the answer is laundry, but not just the doing of laundry. It's not just the washing and the drying. No, 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 no. What they say is the biggest problem is folding and putting away the laundry. Folding and putting away the laundry. And that just has proved to be such a struggle for so many homemakers. So, if you're out there in the chat, if you're watching on the replay, tell me this. Is folding and putting away laundry a problem for you? Inquiring minds want to know. So, and if it is you, you can just type in me in the chat. Or if you're on the replay, you can just type in me in the comment section. You can elaborate on that if you like, but let me know if that's a problem for you. And if you're just joining us, I am Denise Jordan, your host, and this is our bi-weekly show, Homemaking with Purpose. And today we are talking about the biggest challenge faced by most homemakers. And this is what I should say is the biggest challenge that most homemakers admit to having. And that challenge is folding and putting away laundry. Today's episode of Homemaking with Purpose is brought to you by Apron Diva, my online apron boutique. And we believe that pretty and practical, an apron can be a homemaker's best accessory. So be sure and check us out. We're having our Valentine's Day sale. We've got some things that are at crazy prices. So be sure and check us out at www.aprondiva.com. So, all right. So, I see people are jumping in on the chat. I'm just going to say hello, hello, hello to everyone. I'll come back around and answer a few questions when we get to the end of the content. But as I said, today's topic is the biggest challenge that many homemakers admit to, and that challenge is laundry. And I can see right over there in the chat, so many people are putting in me. And yes, that has proved to be a problem for me as well when I was a young homemaker. So, okay, so why are these piles of laundry a problem for so many homemakers? I mean, it's clean after all. So, why? Because there's piles of clean laundry, is it a problem for homemakers? And one of the things is you end up washing clean clothes. I do not like washing clean clothes. And if you've got laundry that is in laundry baskets, laundry piled on the table, piled on the chair, in a corner of the bedroom, that laundry may end up back in the laundry hamper and it's never been worn. Also, those piles of laundry ends up leading to wrinkled clothing, which means you're going to have to iron. And I tell you what, I just rarely iron anymore. I try not to iron at all. So I hate to have to deal with wrinkled clothing. The other thing is when you've got piles of laundry all over the place, your family may not be able to find certain items. So you're looking for things, they're looking for things, and it can cause a little anxiety and frustration on the part of your family members. The other reason why some people, some homemakers, have a problem with getting that laundry folded is because it takes time to fold and put away the laundry. I will admit it does take time to fold and put away laundry. I wish I had one of those smart laundry machines that has like a little robot that the robot can put it in the wash, put it in the dryer, take it out, fold it, hang it up, put it away. Unfortunately, that part of the Jetsons is not yet here. Or if it is, it has not reached the general public. So, no, I don't have that type of appliance. So, I do have to fold and put away my own laundry. And it does take time. Sometimes time I'd rather use on other things. The other problem that can occur when you've got piles of laundry all over the place is that it looks decluttered, rather it looks cluttered. So what is another problem that piles of laundry all over the place can have is that it can make the homemaker feel like a failure. The homemaker can feel like a failure because her home, her rooms may be cluttered and disorganized. He or she may feel overwhelmed by all these piles of laundry and not know where to start. And of course, overwhelm can lead to feelings of stress. So, yes, having all this laundry, even though it's clean laundry, can prove to be a problem. So, if you're one of these homemakers who have this problem, ask yourself why you are not folding and putting away the laundry. What is the problem that is holding you back? Let me know in the chat, or if you're in the replay, tell me in the comment section. But why is it a problem to fold and put away the laundry? What is the barrier to you completing this task? And I'm going to look over in the chat real quick to see what people are saying, because the chat is hopping, as Walter says. So let's just see what people are saying. So Leona Dooley is saying hello. Stephanie is saying hello. And then Sarah is saying she's glad to make it. I am so glad that you're here. And then Stephanie says folding and putting away is her problem. Lisa Iola is here. And then Leona is saying folding and put away clothing is also her issue. So there's a long me. And Sarah says laundry is definitely the task that gets neglected. She thinks it's because it's easy to just push the laundry in the corner. It's not an urgent task like cooking and cleaning. And you're right, Sarah. It's not urgent for the most part like cooking or cleaning, but it can certainly become urgent if you don't stay on top of things. And one of the things that I've been saying to my viewers is to do one load a day. And when you take it out of the dryer, put it away. Stephanie said she tried what I said. She took it out of the dryer, but it took her a while to put it away. Okay, let's start. Britt says you need an apron. Britt, I'm going to come back to that, but yes, you can certainly pick one up. We've got that for you. So quite a few people are saying me. Now, Lisa says she does one load at a time. She washes, dries, folds it, hangs it, and then puts it away. And then Michelle says laundry is a problem there. They have a basket designated for each person's laundry, each person's clean laundry, and getting it out of those baskets is where we drop the ball. I'm going to come back to those baskets because I've got some thoughts on that myself. Okay, and then Leona says she's good at washing a load a day, but sometimes she will delay the folding and putting the clothes away because life gets in the way. And then Lisa says she doesn't start a second load until she puts the first load away. Oh, and then Stephanie says, don't forget to give the host a thumbs up. So thank you, Stephanie, for saying that. All right, so we've seen from the chat a few of the issues that many homemakers have. And these aren't the homemakers that I have been talking to recently who have been admitting to problems with laundry. So when I was a girl, and let me just say, laundry was certainly a problem at our house. There were 6 of us, 8 including my mom and dad. And I remember that at first we didn't have our own washer and dryer, and we would have to go to the laundromat. So me and my sister, who was like 1 year under me, we would put all the clothes like in pillowcases and laundry baskets, and my mom or dad would drive us to the laundromat, drop us off. We would be there for a few hours. We put all the clothes in those big washers and dryers and all of that. And then we would fold them up while we were there at the laundromat. And then uh, our mom and dad would come back and pick us up and take us home. And then we would get things put away. Then we got our own washer and dryer. Well, that proved to be a different story because once we had our own washer and dryer, we might be washing clothes at all different times of the week. Sometimes on the weekend, mom might wash a load or two during the week. And so we no longer had that routine of washing, drying, folding, and then putting them away as soon as we got home. So that proved to be a problem. And laundry was a huge issue at my house when I was a girl. When I was a young homemaker and my first babies were twins, and laundry was a problem because, I was a senior in college. I had the twins that I had to take care of. I had to studying. And then, of course, a hubby. So laundry was not a priority. However, babies generate a lot of laundry. So I had a lot of laundry. It seemed like there was always laundry that needed to be folded and put away. I stayed on top of the washing, but the folding and put away was an issue. Today, I don't have a problem with laundry. I stay on top of my laundry. I have a routine that I follow. I do one load of laundry every day. And the only day I don't get up and immediately put laundry in the wash is Saturday and Sunday, because by Saturday, my laundry is done and I don't have to worry about laundry again until Monday. And sometimes, depending upon the time of year it is, my laundry might be done by Thursday. So that's my routine, but I'll come back to that in just a minute. So when we talk about laundry being a problem, and it's not the washing and the drying, but the folding and the put away, one of the ways that you can handle that laundry is to establish a routine. So tip number one on how to make laundry manageable, which includes the folding and the putting away, is to establish a routine. My routine is one load of laundry a day, every day. I put it in the wash, I transfer it to the dryer, I take it out, I hang up the clothes, or I fold them and put away. And I do that as soon as they come out of the dryer. And last week, I talked about this apron note: having a routine reduces the chaos. And Michelle Nelson won that. And Michelle, it should be there any day now. So it should be on the way. But I wanted to bring this same note back this week because having a routine does reduce the chaos, not only in your home, but also in your laundry room. And then consequently in the kitchen or the bedroom or wherever it is that you may put laundry. So definitely establishing a routine helps reduce the chaos associated with laundry. Tip number two, for ways that you can manage the folding and the putting away laundry, is to declutter. Maybe you've got too many clothes, and maybe that's why you don't want to put laundry away. And I say this because I have been there and done that. When you have to stuff things into drawers and then you're slamming the drawers shut, it's not pleasant, and you don't want to have to deal with that. So maybe if you have too many clothes, and if your children have too many clothes, and certainly today's children have a lot of clothing, then maybe if you decluttered, give yourself more space, then putting away laundry will be easier. And with kids, the problem so often is they outgrow things, and we haven't gone through their clothing and decluttered and gotten out of their everyday stash of things, the things that are too small. So that is a problem as well. So tip number two is going to be to declutter. If you've got too many clothes, then let's pare it down so that you're not stuffing things in. Tip number 3 on how to manage the folding and the putting away the laundry, and I'm going to say it is going to be boom. Fold right out of the dryer. Fold those clothes right away. So again, tip number 3 to help you manage that laundry is to fold it and hang it up immediately. Now, how can you do that? How can you fold it and hang it up immediately? Well, first of all, one of the things that you might want to consider doing, and that's probably going to be tip number 4, is to sort as you go. But one of the things that I'll do is that I'll get those clothes out of the dryer. And let's say I just grab the whole bunch like this. Now take it over to the kitchen counter or over to the kitchen table, but it's usually the kitchen counter if it's towels or sheets or something like that, and I'll start folding them right away. I love the feel and the smell of fresh, warm laundry. There's nothing that smells any better or that feels any better. So I'll get those out of the dryer and fold them up right away as soon as I take them out and put them back in the laundry basket so that I can transport them to where they need to go. So that's the first thing you want to do is right out of the dryer, you want to get to work. However, it will be important that you have hangers in your laundry area. I will bring down a stack of hangers and just hang them up on the hook right above my laundry area. And as I take those things out that need to be hung up, I put them right on the hanger. Now, if it turns out that I have maybe some jeans or pants or something like that that needs to be hung up or folded up a certain way and I don't have enough hangers, then what I'll do is I'll pull out a chair and I'll throw those things over the back of a chair. But like I'll kind of shake them down like that so that they're in a way that they can be folded in half when I need to. And I'll lay them over the back of the chair so they're not getting wrinkled. And when I'm ready to take those things upstairs to put on the hangers, if I don't have enough, I can just kind of grab them like this over my arm, take them on upstairs, and then put hangers on them and get them in the closet. If I'm going to roll them up and put them in a drawer, and a lot of people will roll their pants or their jeans, then once I get them upstairs into the room that they're going to go in, then I can lay them out flat, roll them up, and just slide them in the drawer. So that is one of the things that I will do is that I will hang them as I go. So now, one way to cut down on how much laundry you have to fold is hanging more things up. So for example, your kids' polo shirts or t-shirts, they're nice t-shirts that they wear for special occasions. Hang those things up, or even all of their t-shirts in general. Most kids, there is plenty of room in the closet. Just get the right size hangers. And as soon as you take them out of the dryer, put them on a hanger. And then when you go upstairs or go to the kids' rooms, you can just slide them right in the closet. So hang them up, or you can roll some things up. And then, of course, you can fold them as soon as they come out of the dryer. And then tip number 4 for how to manage this laundry, how to make folding and putting away laundry a lot easier is to sort as I'm getting tongue-tied today, ladies. So tip number 4 is sort as you go. And what I mean by this is everything that comes out of the dryer doesn't have to be folded. Everything that comes out of the dryer doesn't have to be hung up. So as I said earlier, those things that I need to hang up, say my husband's white shirts or something like that, I'm going to place them on a hanger and then hang them on the hook right above the laundry area. If I don't have enough hangers, and let's say it's like a warm-up jacket or jogger jacket or something like that, then I can drape it around the back of a chair. That's going to keep it wrinkle-free and keep it protected and nice until I'm ready to take it upstairs. And then let's say you've got some socks and things like that. You can drop the socks in a little pile on the table or on the counter or in a bin or a basket, and then get some help getting those things matched up. And then those things that have to be folded, put them on the table, on the counter, or on the bed, and then take care of them right away. Those things that need to be hung up, you've already put them on a hanger and you can get them upstairs and get them in the closet. And that reduces the amount that you have to fold. And when the pile that you have to fold looks smaller, it's like, I can get that done. I can do that. So definitely that's something you can consider doing. Tip number 5 that you can do to manage your laundry is to roll instead of folding. And I thought that was kind of interesting. And it was something that I learned a while back from At Home with Nikki, the organizer. She used to roll her towels, and I started rolling my towels after I watched her. But tip number 5 on how you can manage that laundry monster of folding and putting away is to roll instead of folding. So when I've got a basket of towels to come out, I like to fold my towels in a certain way and I put them in the pantry. However, washcloths and things like that, I like to roll up and put in a basket because then you can just reach in and grab one out. There was a time when I rolled up all the towels and then put them in the linen closet. So it just depends upon what works for you. Do you like to roll up those towels and stick them in the linen closet? Do you like to fold them a certain way? Here's the thing. Do what works best for you. Right now, folding the towels a certain way and putting them in the linen closet with baskets on the side to have washcloths and hand towels and things like that in there is working out just fine for me. So that's what I'm doing. And then tip number 6 in how to reduce the amount of laundry that you have to fold and put away is just to decide what needs to be folded and what doesn't, what needs to be hung up and what doesn't. I know I was at my son's house and I was helping the girls put away some laundry. And when I took out the underwear, I was going to fold it up because that's my habit is to fold up underwear. And Morgie says, "Oh no, Grams, I don't fold underwear. No, we don't have to fold that." She just puts them in a stack and puts them in the drawer. Now, little girls' underwear and little boys' underwear tend to be pretty small. So you can just stack them up and put them in the drawer. And it works out just fine. So you don't have to fold underwear. Socks do need to be paired up for the most part, particularly if your children have different color socks or different size socks. However, if your children's feet are pretty close to the same size and they wear the same color socks most of the time, then get their socks all alike. Get the same brand, the same kind, and then you can just pull the two socks together and you've got a matched pair. So you don't have to worry about that. Or if they're all wearing the same socks, the same color, the same size, just throw them in a basket in a little bin and then just grab two out and you've got a matched pair already. That's just a little hack that you can consider doing to try to reduce the amount of time you spend matching socks. The other thing you can do to reduce the time you spend matching socks is use a mesh laundry bag. Now, I'm going to say that again. One way not to lose socks in the wash and to reduce the amount of time that you spend trying to match up socks is to use a mesh laundry bag. Put the socks in the mesh laundry bag, throw the bag in the wash, throw the bag in the dryer, and then when it comes out, all the socks are in there. You can dump that mesh bag out on the counter or on the bed, and then you can just match them up, probably in less than 5 minutes, and get them put in the drawer. So that's just another little tip that you can consider using. And then tip number 7 is to get your family involved. Now, this is really important, I think, and you want to get them involved at a very young age. Kids as little as 3 can carry their socks or little stacks of underwear or something like that and help put some things away. So I would certainly consider getting them to help. And then the older they get, the more responsibility they can take. Some laundry experts recommend having a laundry basket or a bin for every family member and then putting their clean and folded clothes in there or putting their clean clothes in it, giving them their basket and telling them to take their basket and put it away. And I think someone mentioned earlier just here on the chat that getting them in the basket is not the problem. It's getting them put where they need to be out of the basket is the problem. And I might have shared that I had been to visit my daughter and I had done some laundry for my grandson. And the next time I came around to visit and I was dumping his laundry out, there were folded clothes that I had folded the last time I was there at the bottom of the laundry hamper. So here I was rewashing clean clothes that were clean. Well, now they're dirty because they've got all these dirty clothes on top of them. And evidently he didn't need them because he didn't miss them. Now, there's that to consider. So when I say that, that means, as Fly Lady Cat's husband, Mr. B, always says, inspect what you expect. When I folded that laundry for my grandson, I folded it, gave it to him, and then I left and came on back home. And we live, like miles and miles away. They're in another state. You at home, if you're giving that bin to your family member to put away, you got to follow up to make sure that they actually put it away. So that's finishing the process for you, is to follow up and check on that family member to see, did they put that laundry away that I gave them? Because you certainly don't want it to end up in the dirty clothes. And my husband, and he is not 7 years old, there have been times when I have given him laundry to put away that I found it on the floor or in a corner because he didn't get it put away. Now, he doesn't do that as much now, but there was a time when he did do that. So I will follow up to see if things got put away as they should have. So as Mr. B says, inspect what you expect, meaning you give them a task, you follow up to make sure they do it. And it's not micromanaging, it is teaching them what the expectations are. And now here's the thing about bins and baskets. Too often you get things in laundry baskets and they stay in laundry baskets. And as I said, when I was a young housewife, a young homemaker, I would end up with clean clothes in laundry baskets, and those baskets would stay full. And then you'd be tearing through the baskets trying to find something. Maybe you found it, maybe you didn't. And I have one client, she had 8 laundry baskets. She said that was her biggest challenge. Now, she was a family of 4, 2 kids, her and hubby. She had 8 laundry baskets. It was her practice to wash the clothes and dry the clothes, but she would throw them in the laundry basket and never get around to folding them or putting them away. If more clothes got dirty, she would just buy more baskets so they would have more baskets to put things in. Or so she would put her dirty clothes in baskets, take them to the laundry area to wash. And her laundry area was on the first floor of the house. So she would put them in the laundry basket to wash, and then put clean clothes in clean baskets and take them to the prospective room to get folded and put away. Well, they would never get folded and put away. So she would just buy more baskets and buy more baskets. She had 8 laundry baskets. 8. So my recommendation to her was to get rid of all the laundry baskets except for one. I said, get rid of all the baskets except for one. You need one basket to be able to transport the laundry to the laundry area, and from the laundry area back to wherever you're going to fold it and put it away. But more than one could be problematic because those clothes stay in the basket. And even in my house today, just from old bad habits, if I throw clothes in a laundry basket, and let's say I set it in the guest room because I'm busy doing something else, those things in that laundry basket might sit there for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks because I'm not in that guest room often and I may not be looking for those things. So I know me. I know that I need to fold those things in the laundry basket right away. Otherwise, they're going to sit there for a while. And that's just years of conditioning from when I was a little girl, when I was a young homemaker, until I learned new habits. But I can regress real quick. It's kind of like brown paper bags. How many of you out there remember the brown paper grocery bags? There was a time when you would go to the grocery store, instead of those little plastic bags you get now, they put the groceries in brown paper bags. They were probably about that tall. Well, in the old days, and you guys can tell I'm certainly a woman of a certain age, when you got home and you unloaded your groceries, you saved those brown paper bags and you used them to line your trash can. And not just in my home. In most homes, you use those brown paper bags to line your trash can or your garbage can. And then that's how you took your garbage out. That's why you see so many commercials that talk about the garbage bag breaking and leaking and that kind of thing. To this day, if I set a brown paper bag downstairs in my kitchen, just set it out there, my husband walks by, he's going to drop something in it because he was conditioned in his home and in so many other homes across the country. Brown paper bags were used for trash and garbage. So I'm conditioned that if I leave a laundry basket full of clothes, it just might sit there for a while. So I get it out right away. And somebody said that they don't start the second load in the dryer until they folded up the first load. Well, I might throw that load in the dryer while I'm working on folding that one. And while it's running or spinning, I'm getting one folded and put away. Okay. So I'm going to give a real quick recap of the tips that I want you to think about as to how you can manage that laundry. And for those of you that are just joining us, I am Denise Jordan, your host, and we are diving into the biggest challenge that so many homemakers admit to, and it is folding and putting away laundry. And there are several tips that you can do to take care of that. Oh, excuse me. But one of those tips is to have a routine, possibly declutter because maybe you got too many clothes. Fold and hang the laundry up immediately, sort as you go. Maybe roll instead of folding the clothing. Determine what really needs to be folded, what doesn't have to be folded, and then enlist your family to help. So I'm going to take some questions now. I'm going to check out the chat. I'll take a few questions. And while I'm checking to see while people are typing their questions in, let me invite you to sign up for my newsletter, the Homemakers Journal. I'll put the link in the description box. And then also, if you hate to do laundry, if laundry is such a challenge for you, please sign up for my Laundry Lab Masterclass, which will kick off in late March with a 10-day in the laundry lab challenge. So get on the list so you can be notified when it goes live. And don't forget to check out my online apron boutique, Apron Diva, at www.aprondiva.com. Okay, let me see what's going on over here in the chat. All right, so Britt says she needs an apron. They're so pretty. And then, Britt, I showed you my website, www.aprondiva.com, and I will just pop it up again just to make sure that those people that joined us late can see it. But here we are. I am the Apron Diva, and we've got some things on sale for Valentine's Day. Some things are under $15. We still got our Christmas clearance going on, and that stuff will be going away at the end of this month. And then we have other things that are on sale that are our year round, and our spring line should be in soon. So do check us out at aprondiva.com. All right. And so again, Lisa does one load at a time, washes, dries, folds, and hangs it and put it away. And here's the thing. The laundry is not done until it's washed, dried, folded, and put away. It's not done. And if you think about it, it's not like we're out with a scrub board or a washboard washing laundry by hand for the most part. The washer and dryer does most of the work. We just have to get it put away. And then Britt says laundry gets crazy fast, and it does. And if you've got little ones, particularly a baby, laundry can get crazy pretty fast. So you've got to stay on top of it. And here's Michelle's comment where she said getting it out of the baskets is where they drop the ball. They have a basket designated to each person's clean laundry, and that's why I don't like laundry baskets. So I say get rid of the laundry baskets. Tammy says the problem is partly because we as Americans have lots of clothes. And that's true. When I was younger, we didn't have near as many clothes as we have today, but we have so many. So decluttering is probably necessary. Now, Leona says she's good at washing a load a day, but sometimes she delays the folding and putting away because life gets in the way. And I understand that life can get in the way. I try to have all of my stuff like that done by, say, 11 o'clock that morning. If I get the load started, as soon as I come downstairs, I throw it in, say, between 8 and 9 o'clock. By 11 o'clock, that or 11:30 at the latest, it's out, and then I can try to get that folded up before I get started on some other stuff. But yeah, life can get in the way. So Britt says she tries to do that, but with a toddler, some days it slips through the cracks. Yeah, when you have a toddler, when you've got littles that are that little, sometimes life does get in the way. But when he or she goes down for a nap, you can fold up that load. And certainly with a toddler, I would encourage you to do one load every day. And depending upon how many other family members you have, you might need to do two just to keep the laundry down to a dull roar, because you don't want to spend all Saturday doing laundry. So if you could get one load, definitely, and maybe two, depending upon your family size, that would be so helpful. And let the baby help too. Give them some socks they can play with, trying to match those up while you're putting some laundry away too. Make it part of your family time. Okay, babe, now we're going to put away the laundry, and give them a little basket of socks to work on, or a little basket of washcloths to work on while you're working on some other things. Hey, Michelle, I'm always glad to see you. And then, hey, Ronnie and Sue and Elizabeth. You know what? This is too funny. She says she feels as if I just knew when we need these topics. I tell you what, I was at a vision board party at church on Saturday, and we were all just kind of sitting around talking, working on our vision boards. And I always ask, when I get around new homemakers, well, what's your biggest challenge? And I cannot tell you how many of those ladies said folding and putting away laundry. So Elizabeth said she just put a 2-week load away about an hour ago. She always makes sure to fold it because she can stack it neatly to its side. So if any of you have laundry waiting to put away, I encourage you to go, and while we're talking now, go and put away some of the laundry while we're on the show. You can work and listen at the same time. Ronnie said she's good when she will wash and fold hand cloths. When I wash, I fold and I hand cloths that will need ironing. The ready to and I will hand fold those clothes that need ironing. The ready to iron clothes is what takes her a while to get to. Okay, so you'll hand wash some clothes that need ironing, but it's those others that cause a problem. Okay. So Michelle says she used to have to go to a laundromat probably for the first 5 years. Yeah, I remember we used to have to go to a laundromat. In our first apartment, we didn't have our own washer and dryer, but then in our second apartment, we did. Hey, Joe, it's good to see you. When life gets in the way, especially with all these viruses that are going around, if it's a folded stack, at least it will stay relatively wrinkle free. Putting away laundry is when I do my phone calls. Okay, if that works for you, that works for me. So Tammy says procrastination is her main problem with laundry. So Tammy, what I encourage you to do is that as soon as it comes out, well, I assume it's the putting away that's the problem, and not the throwing it in the washer and the dryer. So give yourself the task today. I'm going to take the clothes out of the dryer, fold them up immediately, and put them away, and then do that. Put it in your planner or on your calendar and mark it off when you get that task done. Put a note in your phone, put away laundry today. And then congratulate yourself when you get that done. It may take practice, but it's a new habit that you have to form, and you can do this. I'm right there with you, ladies, on ironing. I hate to iron. I don't iron anymore. I just don't. I buy things that don't have to be ironed. I take them out of the dryer as soon as they come out. My husband's shirts and stuff like that, I have the hangers close by and I hang it up as soon as it comes out of the dryer. And when you hang it up and it's nice and warm, there's no wrinkles. If it's got to be ironed, he's going to have to iron it himself because I don't. So Michelle said she used to do once a week laundry day, but now that she's older, it's easier to do one load a day or every other day. Absolutely, Michelle. When I was younger and when I was working, I did laundry on the weekend because I was too tired when I got home from work and cook dinner and then get the kids to bed and all of that, and then maybe try to chat with my husband to do laundry. So I spent all weekend working on laundry. Now that I'm older, I do have more time, but I find that one load a day or every other day is certainly much easier. But I tend to do it every day. And sometimes, like today, for example, I had my yoga clothes to do, and I had a huge pile of yoga clothes. So I divided it into two loads, and I did one load, and then I did another load. So I try to do that, do every day. And then on Friday or Saturday, my laundry is done, so I don't have to do any laundry then. Um, Ronnie said she enjoys ironing. She just has to be in the mood to do it. I don't enjoy ironing, period. So Elizabeth says that oh, yes, you have to be careful about keeping piles of laundry around. Winter in the big cities, they tend to get mice, and you can't keep piles of warm clothes around. And then two cats help, but still, yeah, you're right. You're right. In big cities, sometimes mice can be a problem. If you've got nice, warm clothing, they're going to try to get there. So Joe says, growing up, wash, dry, fold, and put away is how she was taught. They were told the chore wasn't finished until it didn't get folded and put away. Absolutely. The laundry's not done until it's washed, dried, folded, and put away. Okay, now, Michelle, I like that idea. Michelle says wearing white t-shirts and yoga, or a white t-shirt and yoga shirt or yoga pants while she's at home daily, kind of like a cleaning uniform, has reduced the amount of laundry that she does. She just gets dressed to shoes when she goes out. Okay, I get that. Leona says she avoids ironing like the plague, and she thinks it's because of her distaste for ironing that she tries to stay on top of her laundry process. Yes. Well, you know what, though? Probably your husband, I'm guessing that your husband probably wore dress shirts to work every day. And so either you sent those out to the cleaners or you had to get those shirts pressed yourself and make sure they looked nice and neat so that when he went out, they looked really nice and neat. When my husband was working at the Coliseum as an usher, he had to wear white dress shirts under a red coat. When he taught school, he had to wear dress shirts for the first like 10 or 15 years with the principal that they had. And so, but those dress shirts, I could just throw them in the wash, get them out of the dryer, and then I would hang them up, and then he would take an iron and press them out if they needed to. But when he was wearing white dress shirts every day, and I didn't want to send them out, I would just, every Monday was my day to wash white shirts, and I would use a whitener, and then I would hang them up neatly so that they didn't need to be ironed. So yeah, I understand, but yeah, you got to stay on top of it. Let's see. Hey, Leah Kirby from Kitty from Hawaii. Hello, thank you. Exactly, Joe. If you fold right out of the dryer or hang right out of the dryer, they don't need ironing. So Michelle says in her family, good clothes are hung up, play clothes and dance clothes get folded, and they hang up right out of the dryer so they have less ironing. Exactly. So when I talked about the tip of determining what needs to be folded and what needs to be hung up, you've exemplified beautifully What I meant by that, good clothes would be maybe something you might need to wear to church, or a dress, or your husband's dress shirts, or your dress blouses, or something like that. Play clothes and dance clothes for the kids and the teens, they can be folded up and put away, and have those hangers right there in your laundry area so that you can slip those clothes right on. So Sharon said she likes those tips, and she was influenced to iron by her mother, loves to iron. I tell you what, I grew up, we had to iron everything. And of course, in those days, like I said, I'm definitely a woman of a certain age. So when I was a girl, you didn't have a lot of wash and wear things. You had to iron just about everything. And then we had to iron all my dad's clothes. Me and my sister, we had to iron his undershirts, we had to iron his boxer shorts, we had to iron tablecloths, we had to iron everything. And I just didn't like that. So yeah. Oh, thank you, Leah. I appreciate that. So rolling clothes when packing keeps them less wrinkly when traveling, and you can fit more in a bag. Absolutely. Gwen Bess. Oh my goodness. I wonder if this is Gwen Bess that was my friend that I used to quilt with. If this is the Gwen Bess that I used to know in Fort Wayne, please let me know. And if so, drop a little note. But yes, you're right. Since I've retired, I don't dread laundry as much. It's easy to keep up because, like I said, I do one load a day. And even before I retired, I was doing one load a day. But then again, it was just me and the hubby. When it's you and your boo and several children, it can be harder to keep on top of things, which is why it is so important to try to do one load a day. And then on Saturday, finish up with whatever didn't get done. Also, when kids reach the age of 9 or 10, if they're able to get to the top of to reach above the top of the washer and manage the buttons, you can start teaching them how to do laundry and then give them a laundry day. But make sure that you teach them right from the beginning: wash, dry, fold, hang up, and put away. Okay, and Sharanta says lately it's been her. So Leona says, yeah, putting them in a suitcase. Yeah, so there's that. So Anne says she's good about laundering when she takes the clothes out of the washer. She has a pulley in the utility room, and it lets her dry overnight if she has two loads. Okay, I don't have a pulley and I don't have a utility room. I have like a little laundry pantry that's off the kitchen. So the washer and dryer is in that. And I've got this rack that my husband bought I'm thinking he bought that at Lowe's or Home Depot years ago, that's in there. And I've got a couple little hooks in there that I can hang things on. Yeah, I don't have a laundry pulley. And people are talking to themselves over there, so that's fine. Ronnie says it doesn't happen anymore, but her grown boys would wash their clothes and then leave it in the dryer. Yeah, that happens a lot in a lot of families. People wash their clothes and they leave them in the dryer. Then when you come along, you've got to take them out to manage your load. So it's something that's a constant struggle, especially when they're teens. It's a constant struggle, but we have to stay on top of that as well. Hey, Tam, good to have you here. And hey, Ethel, good to have you here as well. Let's see. Oh, now I wonder what Leona said that made you think she's so bougie. I missed it. Okay. So Michelle said she has one of those rolling laundry baskets, which helps getting it to where it belongs. Yeah, I like that idea. Mine though don't roll, so I just have to pick them up and carry them. Oh, you know what? I don't use that quick steam setting on my dryer very often, but I should because it will refresh stuff that didn't get put away right away. I like that idea. Okay, so Phoenicia says, what if you let it go so far behind you don't know where to start? Well, Phoenicia, what I always say is this: start where you are. Just start where you are. So the first thing you want to do when you get ready to do laundry is you have to sort the clothing. So the easiest thing to sort out is going to be the towels and the sheets. So the first thing that I would do if I had a bunch to do is I would sort the clothing. I would just start piles of clothing either around the bedroom, or I would move the table against the wall in the kitchen and then just start piles there. But I would pull out all the towels and the sheets first and then throw the towels in. And while the towels are in the wash, then you can finish sorting the other clothes. So you're going to sort lights, whites, colors, darks. And you're going to not only sort by color, but you're also going to sort by texture. And I was just talking to one of my granddaughters this week, and she said that she was doing her laundry. She's a college student. Said she was doing her laundry, and inadvertently there was a blue towel in her basket, which she didn't realize was in there. And when her clothes came out of the dryer, she said there was blue lint all over her black jeans and stuff. She said, I'm gonna have to wash those again. She said, I didn't know it was in there. And so, yes, that can happen. So when that happens, you just have to wash them again. But Phoenicia, sort the clothes first and start with the easiest load. And the easiest thing to wash and fold, towels. Because, they're uniform, they're nice and flat. They smell good. So I would wash those first. And then the next thing I would think about is, what does my family need most right now? If your husband needs his shirts washed, I would start there. If you've got littles and they just need all their clothes washed and have little piles of jeans and t-shirts and things like that, and little piles of underwear and socks and all of that, and then just start with one pile. Maybe start with your husband's or your own shirts and things like that, or start with the kids' clothes. Start with the kids' maybe their uniform shirts or polo shirts or jeans, that kind of thing. And then just do maybe 2 or 3 loads that day. And then as you get a load out of the dryer, fold that load immediately and put it away. Fold that load immediately and put it away. Fold that load immediately and put it away, because you really want to teach yourself new habits. But I would stop at 3 loads in one day, just so you don't overwhelm yourself and exhaust yourself. And then the next day, if you've got a lot, do 2 or 3 more. And then the next day after that, do 2 or 3 more. And then you can manage it that way. And if you ladies out there have any tips for Phoenicia, type them in the chat. So certainly you can share with her some tips that you might have on how she can manage this laundry, because she's so far behind, she doesn't know where to start. Here's another tip too. For the beds, strip the beds, throw those sheets in the wash, throw them in the dryer. And while they're in the washer and the dryer, you're airing the bed out. There's no point in folding those sheets. Put those sheets back on the bed as soon as they come out of the dryer. And they'll smell so nice and fresh. When the person gets in them that night, they'll just be like, ah. But it's saving you from having to fold them. So think about that. Okay. Evelyn says folding and putting away laundry for her is like therapy. And it can be, because it's quiet. You can put, like, a lot of times I'll set my iPad on the counter and I'll turn on maybe somebody's YouTube channel and I'll be listening to them cook something or whatever they're talking about while I'm folding laundry. Or I might put on a movie or something like that. Chris loves to iron, especially sheets and pillowcases. She does laundry every day. She can't stand it when it piles up. Chris, you love to iron. There's something wrong with you, girl. But then again, my sister Mickey Blue Sky says there's something wrong with me because I told her I love laundry. She's like, Denise, there's something wrong with you. How can you love laundry? Because she hates it. But I'm just teasing you. Elizabeth, thank you. I hadn't planned to be on tonight because I was on last week and I'm trying to do bi-weekly for this season. But after talking to the ladies at church on Saturday, it was like, okay, I need to talk about this because it's not as bad as it seems to be if you have a routine and then try to take things in stride. So I'm glad that you're here. And the replay is just fine. Ronnie loves watching ironing sheets and pillowcases, loved it from watching her grandmother. I used to watch my mom and my grandma do that too. But I enjoy an empty laundry basket more. I'm with you, Michelle. I'd rather see an empty laundry basket rather than iron something. So Tammy was talking about dress clothes, church clothes, everyday clothes, house clothes, casual clothes, bed clothes, bath towels, dish towels. Yeah, it gets overwhelming at times. So Tammy, here's the thing. You've got your dress clothes and church clothes. You're probably not washing everything all at one time. And even so, some of those things can be washed together because if some of your dress clothes, church clothes, and everyday clothes and casual clothes are the same colors or the same textures and the same fabrics, they can be washed together. However, the dress clothes and the church clothes, you might want to make sure they get hung up. But the house clothes or the casual clothes, you know, you can just fold them and put them away. But bath towels and dish towels, again, I don't wash bath towels and dish towels together. I wash my kitchen towels or dish towels and dishcloths separately because I don't want to have body hair on my dish towels. Bath towels, though, and you can wash your bath towels with your sheets. Now, some experts will say don't because bath towels are heavier and can damage your expensive sheets. Well, my sheets aren't expensive, they're just cotton. And so I'll wash, if I've only got one set of sheets and I've got maybe two or three bath towels, I'll wash those things together. So just sort them out, Tammy. And then here's the other thing, if you've got a lot, it doesn't have to all be washed today. It does not have to all get washed today. So sort the piles out in your kitchen or in your bedroom or wherever you can sort them and leave them sit for a day or so. And then throw one pile in, get that washed and dried and put away, and then throw in another load, get that washed and dried and put away. Let the others sit, sort it out until the next day, and then work on those. So that's what you'll want to do. Oh, yes. Boom, Joe. Boom, boom. Absolutely. Limiting clothes with special laundry instructions simplifies laundry. For example, if it says dry clean only, I don't buy it. I will rarely buy anything that says dry clean only because I don't want to be bothered. Now, men's clothing is a little bit different because a lot of their things, their jackets and things like that are dry clean only. My husband's retired now. He was a school teacher. I did not send his shirts out to the dry cleaners. However, my daughter has to send her husband's shirts out. And I know there's other women whose husbands might have to get their shirts sent out. And depending upon you women yourself, depending upon where you work, you might have to send out your shirts. However, reduce those things that have to be hand washed. I learned the hard way. I have one of my granddaughters, I would buy things for her. And then if it had to be hand washed or washed in cold water separately or something like that, well, it would take a while to get around to washing it. And even myself, if I had to hand wash it or wash it specially, I would set it aside and get to it later. Well, now I might choose that item as a 15-minute task and go ahead and get that hand washing done. And because I realized, oh, it's only going to take 15 minutes and get that done, get it out of the way. But if it's got to be specially washed, don't buy it. And for you moms out there, let me just say this, for you moms out there and your kids wear uniforms, if they have to wear white shirts, white blouses, white polo shirts, then you need to be prepared to work with those whites. Unless you want your whites to be a dull, dingy gray, You're going to want to make sure you wash those white polo shirts, uniform shirts, dress shirts separately with just those things. Don't wash them with the little white socks they've been running around all day on the floor in, because that dinge or that grunge on those socks is going to transfer to those white shirts, and you want to keep them pristine. Use a whitener, brightener. My laundry crush right now is Dirty Labs, and there's a laundry booster that I use that can help to whiten and brighten. Or you guys know I love the OxyClean White Revive to try to keep things white. You can do that. Now, here's a big tip. If they don't have to wear white shirts with those uniforms, but they can wear a powder blue, or like a lot of the uniforms, they can wear red polos, blue polos, yellow, any color polo. I would buy those and not white. Or if I did get white, I'd get very few. If they have to wear white though, and they have to wear white every day, then I would buy a different one. They'd have to have at least a set of 6, so that you can have 5 in the wash and 1 that they can wear that day. So again, if they got to wear white, you want that white to be white, bright white. You got to be prepared to work with it. If it doesn't have to be a white shirt with their jumper, they could wear another color. Buy the other color, because it'd be much easier to clean. So my granddaughters could wear white shirts, or a powder blue button-down shirts, or a green polo shirt. Use those, get those colors. I'm going on a tangent, sorry. Hey, Sister Eleonora, it's good to have you back again. CJ, if you just joined us, girl, you've been missing it. We have been chatting. Now look at her. Now see, ladies, look at her. She says laundry, ugh. And see, here's the thing. I love laundry. You know what? When I say that homemaking is an art and a science, the science is the laundry part. Trying to figure out how to get out stains, and how to get this shirt white, and how to do this. That's the science part. And I love laundry, as long as I don't have to iron it. But today we're talking about, though, getting those things folded and put away, because the laundry's not done until it's been washed, dried, folded, and put away. Yep. Oh, I got another person here from the UK, Robin Hood Country. I love it. Hello, Avontastic UK. So thank you for joining me today. What time is it over there? From Robin Hood Country. I used to love learning about Robin Hood and reading all the stories and that kind of thing about Robin Hood. I like those bad boys that are like helping out the people, like the Swamp Fox and that kind of thing. But anyway, thank you for joining me, and tell me, what's your thoughts about laundry? So we just saw CJ who said, ugh. So Avontastic, what's your thoughts about laundry? And we're talking about the laundry's not done until it's washed, dried, folded, and put away. So Sister Eleanor says she has a sheets and towels day, kids wash day, mom and dad wash day, and it's easier to sort. And then she washes on cold, shakes each item before drying, so no need to iron somehow. Okay, so let's address that. I almost forgot to mention that. So if you've got kids that can help do their own laundry, give them a day to wash their clothes, and then teach them to wash, dry, and put away, fold and put away, and inspect that to make sure they do. Some people will have a routine which includes doing certain things on certain days. I have a little notebook like this, and I have certain things that I like to do on certain days. Now, my laundry routine has changed just a little bit, simply because what my husband and I do have changed as well. But I would do sheets and towels and white shirts on Monday. Let me get that off so you can see that. So I would do sheets and towels and white shirts on Monday, because I want to start those white shirts for the week. So he's got them for the rest of the week. So now that he's not working that anymore, I don't have to worry about the white shirts. But I still do sheets and towels on Monday. Well, Monday is a weekly home blessing. I'm going to strip the bed. So I'm going to do the sheets and towels on Monday. I'm going to change out all the towels in the bathroom. I don't care when they got in there. I'm going to pull them all out on Monday when I do my weekly home blessing. Tuesday, I would do colored clothes. So I would do darks, maybe a load of darks, such as t-shirts, underwear, lightweight fleece, jersey, or heavy things like that. And then I would also do some light colored clothes. And you guys know when I talk about light colors, so there's whites and there's lights, and then there's soft whites and there's hard whites. Soft whites are my husband's dress shirts, your kids' white polo uniform shirts, or those dress blouses. Those are soft whites. Hard whites are those socks they've been running around in all day, tidy whities and things like that. Don't wash those together because the grunge on the socks will come off on your white shirts. Now, oh, and then my granddaughter was doing some laundry here at Christmas time, and she had a question. She had gotten some barbecue sauce or something on her white sweater. And so she asked how to get that out. And so I was showing her what to do to get that out. And then I was taking it over to drop it in the wash. And I looked in and I saw a pair of jeans in the bottom of the washer. And I'm like, you can't now stop. And I thought, okay, let's back up. I said, you don't want to wash those two together. You don't want to wash jeans, even if you've washed them several times and you don't get color transfer anymore. I says, you don't want to wash those jeans with your white sweater unless you like dull, dingy whites. If you want your whites to come out dull and dingy or uniform gray, it's okay to wash those things together. If you prefer for your whites to be white and bright, then you don't want to do that. So I had to learn how to back up and give her the right answer and the answer that she needed. Because, college students, they're going to try to wash everything together as much as they can because they got to save money because they're using coin operated washers and dryers. So I've been teaching her different things like that. And I was at the laundromat once. I had gone, what was at the laundromat? Oh, I had taken someone to the laundromat and I was sitting there waiting with them. And this guy came in with like 2 or 3 big baskets of clothes. And he was just standing around waiting. And I said, oh, sir, all those washers over there are empty. He said, oh, no, I'm waiting for one of those big ones. He was going to throw everything in one washer. And I said, seriously? He said, yeah. He said, I just going to throw everything in one washer. He said, it'll come out clean. I have to tell you, it was hard for me not to say something. But I'm like, look, this man just walked into the laundry bed. I don't know him from Adam. Okay, Wednesday, yoga clothes and delicates. Thursday, aprons and kitchen linens. And sometimes I would wash kitchen linens twice. I might wash them on Thursday. And depending upon how many I had, I might circle around and pick them up again on Sunday. I am just chatting away now. I hadn't planned to chat this long. But you can have certain days for certain things. And then I do use mostly cold water now to wash. First of all, it saves on our gas bill to wash in cold water. But I also use a laundry detergent that is optimized for cold water, and it's bio-based. So it does what I needed to do. Like I said earlier, my latest laundry crush is Dirty Labs, and that's what I'm using. So I wash just about everything in cold water unless I'm just doing whites. And if I'm running a whites load, then I wash that on hot. And yes, washing clothes in cold water, they're less likely to have color drifting. And if you're washing something new for the first time, particularly if it's got multiple colors, you want to wash it by itself. I do have a YouTube short out that talks about what it means when it says wash light colors with like, I'll try to remember to link that below. And yes, it is important to check out washing instructions before buying and before washing. Michelle washes and puts them right back on the bed. Oh, you've never made one? Well, oh, and I don't have any of them upstairs. It's downstairs and I can't leave the screen, but I just had a piece of like cardstock that was probably about 11 by 13. And then there were different pictures that I cut out of magazines. But then I also had my word of the year, which is intentional. And I always like to put the word of the year in the center or you're at the top. And then I look at different parts of my life that I want to focus on. So family, YouTube, Instagram, Apron Diva, uh, health, things like that. And then I'll write different things around there. Now, Tam, Stephanie at Creatively Miss Me just did a vision board thing. I'll try to link her channel in the description box below too, because I think she had a vision board challenge, and I don't know how many people jumped in on that. But they're real easy to make. And the ladies had such a good time. And a couple ladies had never made one before, and they said they were so glad they did because it helps you to put things on the vision board that you want to manifest in your life. And when I look at the vision board that I did 3 or 4 years ago, some of those things I have manifested. There's a couple things that I'm still working on. So they're really nice. And the first few that I have are small because I used to have a small planner like, where is that planner? Did I throw it away? I was cleaning some stuff up. I might have pitched it. But I had a small planner that was like, 8 by 11. I don't believe I would have thrown that away, but I had a planner that was about this size. So I made a vision board small enough to fit in the planner. When I worked at the church last weekend, the paper was so big, it was like, oh, because I'm used to a really small space. But some of the ladies had like really big, had put a couple of papers together. One lady brought in a bulletin board and just had the whole thing completely covered. But it's like a big collage. Yes, and Michelle, I agree with you. I have 3 sets of sheets for our bed, and I swap them out rarely. I mostly use the green ones, particularly in the winter. I like to use the green ones. In the spring and summer, I might switch over to those white ones, but I mostly use the green ones. So one day, Blue Skies was watching my video. She says, "Do you have any other sheets besides those green ones?" I said, "Yeah, I do, but I just kind of like to swap out to those." Okay. Okay, and then let's see. It's about time for us to wrap this up. Okay, so why don't you wash dish towels and bath towels together? Well, as I mentioned earlier, I don't wash my dish towels and my dishcloths with my bath towels because you use your bath towels, you wash and you dry all over your body. I don't want to have body hair on my dish towels because when I'm drying dishes, I don't want to look on a plate and see body hair on a plate. So I make sure that I wash dish towels and body towels or bath towels separately. And even though, that towel might be clean, how clean is it if there's still hair on the towel and now that hair is on the plate? Are you going to want to eat off a plate that you see body hair on? So, and I'm being delicate, if you get my drift. Exactly. Just sanitary. Right. Sue washes hers separately. Ronnie, I was talking to another lady just recently about that same thing, and she said, I never thought about that. So she's starting to do that as well. Okay. She said when her son was little, her and her neighbor used to take turns helping each other out. I like that idea. Okay. Oh my. Wait a minute. That didn't pop up. So Avon Tastic said it's 1:49 in the morning over there. She couldn't sleep, but she caught my life. Well, thank you. I'm so glad that you decided to join me. How nice is that? Yeah, it's 8:59 here. So I think you guys are about 6 hours ahead of us. So yeah. And Living Natural says you got clean and you got sanitary. So sanitary, it's not sanitary to wash bath towels and kitchen towels together. So, okay. All right. Well, ladies and any gents that are on there, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. And Avontastic, you might want to go back and pick up the beginning of the live stream. This has been great, and I just really wanted to share this topic with you. It was on my heart after talking with some other ladies the other day. If there's some things you would like for me to talk about, please leave me a comment, and not in the chat, because once the chat goes away, I won't see it again. But leave me a comment in the comment section what you would like to see me talk about, and I can do that. So, and as I said earlier, for those of you that have just joined us, I'm Denise Jordan, the host, and this is our bi-weekly show, Homemaking with Purpose. And what I would like for you guys to do is please sign up for my Homemakers Journal newsletter. The link is in the description box. And then if laundry is a challenge for you, please sign up for my Laundry Lab Masterclass, which is going to kick off with a 10-day in the Laundry Lab challenge at the end of March. So be sure to do that. And then for more homemaking and homekeeping inspiration, click the link on the screen. There's nothing there yet, but it will be. So again, for more homemaking and homekeeping inspiration, click the link on the screen. I'll see you next time. Bye.